open mic night for comedy here at Random and over at Druid River apparently today and at Cahaba Brewery on Mondays. I'm popping up at Random.
Taking over the scene.
No.
Causing trouble.
Warehouse packing day. What warehouse are you packing?
Anna is somebody you want to hear on that open mic.
Yeah.
Most brilliant folk musician ever heard.
I'm talking comedy now. Music, yeah, that's Anna first.
But our open mic,
yeah.
Here's our room with our amps and our microphones and our drum kit and our hang drum and 12 guitars.
I'm sure y'all saw the autistic size box of goldfish.
The autistic
Don't
effect.
judge me.
But we have basically an open mic all day, every day.
Walk in, bring something.
Mm-hmm.
Worst case scenario, I join you and make it weird.
And I dance. An interpretive dance that you didn't ask for. Yes.
She hasn't learned how to twerk yet, so.
It won't be that. It might be Bollywood, though. But we'll see. We'll see. Be willing to be embarrassed. Be willing to be vulnerable. This is our invitation.
Nothing embarrassing about stinking at an instrument.
No, true. It's true. We won't judge. There's zero judgment here.
Oh, I'm going to judge.
So.
But then again, I have antenna. Are you paying attention?
Look who's judging you. Don't be worried. My not to be named part-time gig packing uniforms and swag for a horrendously large company pays all right. Big meh energy, though.
I got you. It's time to find you a podcast.
Mm-hmm.
No.
This is already a podcast. Low production value, but
damn
it does. It goes all to Spotify and everything. I think it's still called a common good.
I haven't become a podcast, bro. Full circle.
I don't think you can pass. I don't think either of us.
Oh, I'm certain I can do it. I'm certain I can. I'm pretty sure I can infiltrate. Gentlemen, who else has not washed their feet?
If that makes you part of it. That's all it takes.
Yeah, I think.
And we are a podcast, Rose.
I went and got my passport.
Is it?
Where you got? No.
Oh,
I'm not getting.
We're not harassing him to get. Well, the point is, everybody come here first, and then the state collapses because it isn't real, and then we all go on a world tour. How about that? How's that sound? I titled this "Nothing Less Than Dancing in the Streets" because that's my idea of freedom. That's how I know. Lamar, mar, hi.
You want it?
We're winging it today, as every night.
Good. I get it.
Nothing Less Than Dancing in the Streets is like, that's the vision. I talked with Kita, Healing with Chaos, yesterday. She's going to come on tomorrow. And we were just like, what are the magic words? What do I need to say? Quit, stop, play, be, love, come over, eat, sing, quit your job. It's like, what more evidence do we need?
George!
But like, into the pond. So,
as a thought experiment, if everybody hates a certain company and everybody sends out a message that, hey, if you quit that company and you show us that you used to work at that company and we hate that company together, real loud at my job, someone will hire you at my company and may pay you the same way that they pay you at your company to do for our company what you did for that company, but less evil or at least less hateable. And then if enough of them quit that company, then the company collapses. Or they have to get new people who have the ability to make new contracts by saying, hey, I want this much and y'all can't afford that. So pay me until you collapse. And then eventually Nestle, SpaceX, Tesla,
BlackRock,
Vega, United Health,
Disney,
Amazon, Walmart,
Notice the company is just company. Like they call them companies because the real money, the real wealth, the real currency is our company. is us being together, is us quitting together, coming together.
I mean,
And
really,
then companies are relevant.
yeah, like they could try to automate your job as long as you're there to keep that job running until they get it automated. So, like, they really need you to run that register, right? And then they got self checkout, but they still need you to run that register and watch and make sure I don't walk out with 3 pizzas and charge a limit for it. Uh,
Yep. Yep.
they gotta lose money until they automate or stop doing that shit, you know? And then if they try to automate you out, then you know how to fuck up the job more than anybody else. Go pull up to that same self checkout and jam it.
Yes. Yes.
Like,
Spilled beans.
on top of that, if it's a job, one of them jobs that can be done by a machine that you're only doing because you need money and, you know, enough people get out of those jobs, then all that's left is careers for people who actually want to do a thing and then people who are unfortunately qualified to do the things that make those things possible. Like, in order for us to do research on chicken gametes, somebody got to go and like get the things out of the chicken. If you're one of them people that like to dissect animals, you very well might be useful for that. Please don't come anywhere near my house. But
Find the other people who love to work in a lab. Yesterday, I talked to this guy. He shall remain unnamed at this moment, but he has been on a crazy healing journey. He had like every disorder and disease. A woman took his DNA from one thread of hair and was able to read everything that he was deficient in. He went from having 12 diagnoses to 0, coming out of mental institution, the whole thing. And then as soon as he was well, he got into a car accident, had chronic pain on a daily basis, got biophotonic treatment, and that did everything. He did ultraviolet, everything. He did chiropractic. He did everything to change it, MSM powder, you name it. And finally, it was this biophoton stuff. He works at a company that treats people with this biophotonic research, but because it works so well, if they say that in public, the FDA comes after them. So they're trapped in this having to make money to fund the lab to create more of these mechanisms. It's like a machine. And he's stuck. He's like working there, and he's like, "This is so amazing, but we can't actually tell the truth about it." And I'm like, I get it. You don't want to quit your job yet, but I'm going to continue to call you out. I'm going to continue to say, come out, and encourage them to come out so that we can just enter it into the gift economy. Just enter, because he already is. He's like, I want to spread the word. I want to tell everybody. But he's not willing to make that leap. I made that leap. We've all made that leap. It's as soon as you make that leap, it's a quantum leap. We're free. We're free from the state, track that has us having to compete with each other instead of just sharing this life-altering, like free healing, Olive Kirk stuff that he came to share the other day. He's just giving it away for free. So it's time.
let's see. I feel like the best way to get folks to all let go of the economy is in the stages. We have waves of, I guess, ascending importance jobs where folks can. Everybody knows if you're working at a restaurant, it's because if you want to quit, you ain't got to send in a resignation. Like, fuck all y'all. Bye. I'm gonna go work over there. And boom, you'll have a job something. But with office jobs, you got a blacklist to worry about. If the folks who can quit jobs are taken care of and all of them quit in a wave, cool. The whole food industry just collapsed. And now you got to cook at home. Nobody's going to suffer from that. If you can't cook, come make a friend, meet a neighbor, go break some food over there. If y'all don't have food, you've only been ordering food in, congratulations. Now you get to learn what groceries are and you bring some of those people that can cook. Food industry, done with. Now we move on to stuff like, I don't know, fucking cops. Like the more quote unquote useless your job is to society, let that motherfucker go. And a lot of resistance to that is that there aren't organized strike support systems in place for millions and millions of people to be on strike and still be able to pay their bills. But in the end, if the people who are collecting the bills also quit.
That's it. And we are already there. Like the banks are already not collecting on their foreclosures on the cars that need or they would normally repo because they can't do it. There's nobody to fill the houses.
Exactly.
So
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, there's a critical mass of wealth being concentrated on one side, where eventually the person receiving all the wealth isn't getting a profit, and the people who are not getting any wealth also aren't getting a profit. The profit motive has dissolved at this point. You're not seeing a real profit because if you work a day to day job or check to check job or even a salary job, you have a limited amount of income that's coming from that business, and that business has an infinite amount of income it can build off of you. You don't get a segment of that, but also neither does the person at the top of the company because they may be getting equity in stocks, but they have to make sure that it works and they're stuck there. They don't have the freedom to leave. And you also don't have the freedom to leave because you can't get what you need to be able to easily leave these spaces. The only people getting paid a lot and seeing the profit are people who have too much profit to recognize the profit in the first place. BlackRock makes billions a day.
Mhm. Mhm. But they're all in trouble now, according to Rob. They're just playing a shell game. They know it's
Yeah.
ready to collapse because because it is an extractive system and a zero sum game.
Yeah.
It's hand to mouth at every level.
Yeah.
We're all dependent on each other, keeping these balls in the air, just like musical chairs. So it's just a matter. Instead of moving the shells around, it's just like let it collapse. Let your part of your whatever you're holding up collapse, and then offer what you have in abundance, like Candace and I were talking about.
Like there's a lot of engineers who have blueprinted and then patented things so that they can secure their life because money was the goal or money was the key to them being able to do so. But if everything has been patented and can be connected freely, you can just make something out of what you see in this book of parts.
Mhm.
There's like there's bound to be new innovations. Who knows if somebody's going to come up with the next step in gaming? Even was VR. Somebody deciding to turn that into goggles rather than trying to make a whole room out of it was an innovation of someone who recognized the potential of certain applications of technology. Y'all can do the same thing with technology, processes, and so forth. But it's all locked behind the concept of a paywall. And again, if you've been listening to me at all, those are just slave owner permission slips. We don't need permission slips from slave owners.
No, we don't actually have any cuffs on it.
She says wearing cuffs.
Just for style. Sorry, I get a little goofballs.
Like my tape.
No, sorry. But you know what I mean? Like we think it's like, well, I'm tied to my job, I'm tied to my bank account, I'm tied to my marriage, my relationship. Actually, no, you're not. It's all a figment of your imagination. So it all comes down in the end to fear. As false as the evidence appearing real. And I always want to put the question out there if it's like, "Well, I'm so afraid of whatever, this quantum leap, the collapse, the new earth, whatever we want to call it. I don't like any of the words anymore. Let's look at jail. What's to be afraid of jail? You've got to, you're like, look forward to it.
That's only because I already know how to get kicked out again.
He got kicked out of jail. He was too much of a problem in jail. He was telling everybody how to start their own LLCs.
And specifically drug dealers.
Yeah.
If you teach a drug dealer how to start an LLC, they'll realize they've already been doing the business, paying the taxes, transport the product, uninsured, trying to market, but you can't use the market, so on and so forth. They have all the skills to build a business, but none of the permission. So instead of slanging dope, slang shoes, houses, games, Pokemon cards. That might be why we're having a problem with Pokemon scalpers right now. In which case, if that's where all of that started, I do apologize. They misunderstood the lesson. You're not supposed to corner a singular gaming market. You get access to the material, the cards, and you sell all types of cards. Pokemon aren't the only valuable cards. Magic the Gathering also does great.
Mm.
I should tell. To the nerds out there who I have possibly put in harm's way, I do. But you're Magic the Gathering nerds, and nobody likes y'all.
Oh,
At least
says the D&D guy.
I've
Says the anime guy.
only been a mini boss one game of D&D. Nobody wants to play with me.
Oh, they all want to play with you.
It's been yeah.
He does do sword fighting in the park, though.
I'm the character.
And we are prepared, and we invite you to come and do faux sword fighting on the bridge at the pool.
Faux.
His classic
defend yourself.
sparking sword.
Oh no, I'm getting a spear.
Or you get a spear.
Just whack you with a stick until you climb down.
You see, we get the real weapon or the plastic version. Just depends on your mood. Depends on how you come in. Come correct?
Ankles. Now you gotta go up the upper body. Just keep smack your toes. You'll get off this bridge.
For those who don't know, we welcomed everybody to our house. The address is in the bio. Phone number. Anybody can call. Literally anybody. This is the idea. Open your home.
Brett Favre, he knows why.
And penguins. We won't get into that now. Penguins can just call me direct. But so everybody's welcome. That doesn't mean we're going to invite you to stay. So you got it.
Fuck those tuxedo turkeys. Fuck the Arctic albatross. The glacier pigeon. Fucking fish person.
Fish
I'm trying to slip
me.
them in. They don't.
It's not. I'm not slipping there. They're coming one way or another.
They will die.
And you're not going to have anything to do with it. I will take care of it.
I will.
We got lots and lots of water. For them to be in the whole area. You will never have to know. We do. You're not going to Huntsville. We'll get them in that area. Listen, just call me. It's fine.
I will find them.
Nobody.
Introduce them to electricity.
You guys you're like naturally charged particles. You go apart. You don't really belong in the same.
I'm gonna teach them how to fly. That's what I think. Yeah, they're birds. They'll be okay off this cliff. If enough of them land at the bottom, then they'll be a cushion.
That would be so cute if we give them wings.
Yeah.
Like real wings.
Yeet.
Yo, this penguin thing.
I know I'm in the wrong. I accept that. But fuck those glacier pigeons, man.
He once had me on the phone laughing. Sorry, you had me laughing for about 5 hours. To the point. This has happened many times where I'm seizing. I'm begging for him to stop. I'm so mad. I have to
defend this
my sternum.
The flesh might up the sea.
Just because I laugh at them doesn't mean I don't love them, and I'm not going to be there to protect them and to bring them over. You will not take them to the pond.
Not protect the penguins from me.
As if everybody's not on our side. As if everybody's not on. Is you're going to let him get away?
Necessary if you want to protect.
Nobody's on your side with the penguins.
They gonna need your help. They gonna need your help. Call in Zeus. I don't care. The Juggernaut, Spider-Man, Wolverine, Green Goblin, Mario, Crash Bandicoot, Spyro the Dragon, Master Chief, fucking Lara Croft.
All these only got the fictional characters.
Call it everybody. We can go with the fictional. Call Goku.
Shit. Goku's definitely on our side. Deku is everybody.
And
maybe not Shigaraki.
And they will all Shigaraki can be against it. I'm saying, fuck them penguins. Fuck. It could be give up my beef with penguins and I can hang out with all my favorite characters, or finally stomp out all the penguins and go to hell. I will see y'all in hell. I will create a new level of Buddhist hell.
There's so much room for everybody.
And and those penguins can all follow me straight to hell. I will continue my battle with them forever.
You're gonna have to. We're just gonna part ways. You're never gonna have to know a thing. It's not your business.
As long as
you're not their business.
Oh,
we will. Let's do it. We're gonna do a whole, production to make pretend. You're not gonna know the difference. We've got the best production crew to just stage their death.
You will need to gather
like they've done,
in a giant net and set the net on fire.
They're just in the wrong. They're just stranded up there. They're stranded up there like a jail, and they can't get away.
Now, when you say up there, you mean like off the planet, right?
Oh, no, I mean where they are now. But they're stranded, and we just need to bring them closer. We just need to integrate.
I need them off the planet, out of orbit, aimed at a different celestial.
What about like Michigan? If you're not going up over the Mason-Dixon line, like you say.
Not without a good reason.
If you knew the penguins were up there, maybe that would get him. Maybe that would get him to visit the family. Okay.
We're covered in penguin blood as I arrive. Don't worry, y'all. None of this is mine.
See, isn't this fun, y'all? Come over. I mean, literally. I can't be trusted with podcasts. Hi, Brigitte. I'll end up in a courtroom about it. I just don't have the energy. The good news is we don't believe in the law. We get court order papers come to the house, right immediately into the fire. I don't acknowledge them. Consider it's not real. But hit me up. Post-state collapse won't get me to shut up.
Let's give you a bullhorn. Stand on top of the roof and scare the birds away, please.
Cass and I were like, we're just going to throw passes. Who's going to catch the pass? And
I have an experiment I want to run that I've seen happen. And the premise is, if you throw a ball to a man anywhere, especially in America, he will throw it back every time. Don't ask me why I want to run this little experiment, but it does seem like it could lead somewhere.
I like it.
And the first person to run off with my ball, chase him with a paintball gun.
Would that qualify as Mar says, it's attraction, maybe not promotion? That is a fact. That is a fact. Magnetize. That's so true.
Now, what are we not promoting? Because if we're not promoting the penguin nonsense, I'm down.
Hey, Rob. Jackie, hi. Everybody's here. So good to see you. Most of the patents of really useful things are already expired.
But it's good to know.
Yeah. Ron's the guy who has everything. Everlasting engines, free energy devices, the whole thing. Ron, you got to connect with Kirk. But here's the thing I always think of is like, who fucking cares? Like the intellect, there's no such thing as intellectual property. There's no such thing as private property. This isn't real. We have everything. It's all one brain and we're just sharing. So this idea of like protecting patents and all that stuff, isn't it time to just leap past that? Isn't it time for you and Kirk to get together, for y'all to just create the lab? The wealth transfer coming in, it's like, here's the 10 million or whatever for y'all to just create whatever you want. We don't register with the state anymore. This is where I'm at. Like, why is anybody registering anything with the state? Just be done. Your marriage dissolved. I haven't paid taxes in years. Running up credit cards, not going to pay them because it isn't real. It's literally a figment of our imagination. There is no state. There is no tie that binds. There's no such thing. It's a spell. It's a spell. It's a spell. So how do you feel about that, Ron?
Why are you biting me?
Instead of patents, just share. So we don't have to go through, we're not registering anything anymore. That's already registered. It's already done. Everything's here. We've already, all the information is already out. We pretend it's not. We pretend that we don't already have this stuff. Not to mention, like, AI has been here for fucking ever. It's all just been hidden and now it's being revealed. But I'm so done with like pretending that we need to compete, pretending that that's our nature. It's not our nature. We naturally share. We don't compete. Anyway, you get my rant, my daily rant. Hi, Kirk. Ooh, Kirk and Ron are here together. If you talk to anyone who's been in jail, it's typically a good experience. Yeah, Ron said it was just your favorite. You got to teach all these guys. I see cool people. Yes. I'll do a campaign with you, Anthony. Dorks, thank you very much. Thanks for the entertainment. Nobody likes playing with me either because I'm entirely too chaotic and hate rules and math. We do. Anyone that happens to be in the chat today, I'm taking requests for any inventions you may have at one time pondered about. The offer is exactly this. You pose the problem to solve or refine your request if you have spent time pondering it. Be specific. In return, I will have Capt invent the thing for you and give you the entire arc. documentation, rights to the invention, full transfer of ownership, no strings. There you go. There's gift economy right there. But would we even use the word ownership then? Right? We're just sharing. And then there's a point at which that becomes so fun and so fruitful, and there's so much healing, and we're all having such a fun time that the folks sitting on hoarded money have too much FOMO to leave themselves out, and it's like, ooh, I want to get on board with that, right? But we don't pay taxes anymore, metaphorically and literally. We don't throw them a bone. What if the penguin is Zeus?
Then the penguin's a rapist. Kill it twice.
Ron says, "Hey, Inversion, you and I could have a lot of interesting things to talk about. That's why I tagged you both yesterday. Get together. Although you guys both want to come on right now? I'll add you both. I dare you.
Good idea.
I dare you.
I condone this. I
have a working model of a CVT I invented based on a ridiculous level of simplicity. Courts have authority over pseudonyms, not real people." Exactly. The straw man. That's not you. You are not your story. You are not your ID entity.
What are you doing?
You are God. Why? Because I can, and I have things to test. You want to pay Aunt. You got plenty of marbles up in your noggin. I would
Marbles are loose.
I would copy a patented device. It came from the universe originally. Yes, we all get the same download. Exactly. Kirk says exactly, but people be stuck in their ways. We are here, obviously have free time. I don't buy into patents. Patents are a trap. Thank you, Ron. Thank you, Ron. Thank you, Ron. Knowledge bubbles for the win. Yes.
My bubbles are loose.
My bubbles are dangerous. Yep, if your stuff is worth any attention, the government will hide it and jail you for speaking about your creation. Ron, both you and Kirk, that was Kirk, have dodged some bullets. But it's time now. It's time for everybody to come out of hiding. It's like that's the freedom, is that we all come out. This is what I was telling this guy yesterday. I was like, come out, just tell on this lab that has things that will heal literally everything. Why are they hiding from the FDA? Shred the FDA papers. Who fucking cares anymore? What are we waiting on? And that's it. I'm so fucking sick of creating processes in time, like waiting for the state to collapse. It's like, don't indulge it now. Now is the time. There is no other time. Stop creating time. Yep, if your stuff is worth any around says exactly. You patent something and it gets taken from you. Exactly. So we skip the middleman in every way. Skip the middleman in businesses. Skip the middleman in church. Skip the middleman in the patent office, the state, the laws. They're just man-made laws. Poof. They are not real. Only natural law is real. I'm using the antiquated vocabulary to try to meet people where they're at, as we noted earlier. Yeah. A temporal adjudicator. What is this? The temporal adjudicator is a bio-capped module that monitors timeline integrity, detects temporal anomalies, and makes adjudication decisions about worldwide divergence. It's the fusion of two bio-capped modules. Chronos. I have several things I can't release because they will kill me instantly, LOL. But it's there. Happy to exchange encrypted drives at a dead drop. Will they? Will they? Or I don't know. They haven't killed me.
Killing me is a lot of extra work nobody seems to be willing to do. I keep applying. Y'all ain't listening. This one here gets in the way.
Yeah, you've been banned and all that stuff, but they haven't shown up. And we got the open house. Like, it's a little bit of a thing, Kurt, because you're here on video. You know what I mean? We have this open house. It's like we're daring them to come. I dare you. I dare you. The power is in the transparency. Okay, you look so cute. So you know what I mean? Like it's us coming together. The divide and conquer is how they get away with that fear. Will your ideas fit on a thumb drive?
Keep it in mind, though, transparency don't mean a damn thing if nobody's looking at you.
But here we are. Look, we have a whole 13 people. We're scary. We're so scary. Crystal and I were laughing, and too. Like the fact that we're scary, the fact that this is so terrifying, You know what I mean? Like the billionaires, the people, hopefully KS will tell the story tomorrow. She basically spell broke an entire cavalcade of cops just recently. And it was just like all of their ideas of all their projections, all their racism, everything just split second of just presence of her just being there. And it all went away. um, so we don't indulge the fear. We don't get, he's going to come right in here. This is what I deal with. Having a smoke. If you're worried about the harm you're already being harmed. I mean, indeed, it's like I really want to. I mean, this is my specialty. Is what is your fear? Let me show you how it's not real. And the power in our community and in coming out. It's a mass awakening. They can't kill all of us. And here are two of your brethren who have come on the podcast who have shown their face. It's very easy to find out who you are. It's too late. You know what I mean? They know, we all know they've been spying on us forever. You know what I mean? Like you can think you're hiding, but it's not the case. So the freedom is to not believe the fear and to come out of hiding is my recommendation. Rather drop it all at once. I understand that. Not where I just have wandered the R&R and it's not in my favor at the moment. Yeah. Do you guys want to come on? I would love for you to have a chat together. I mean, it's okay if not, no pressure, although maybe pressure. But I was like, everything you said, Kirk, I mean, like, there's a lot of, I was like, Ron would be able to take it from here. He would like take the baton, and vice versa. And, I'm this much of a scientist and a social scientist at that. So Anthony can keep up with y'all better. But what I would really love is just you to have this discussion in public. And, how do I want to say, like, it's the everything is spiritual, as Mar always says. So, but on the spiritual side of the street, if so, it's spiritual material. Sometimes we go, spiritual or scientific or whatever. It's all one. It is presence and being aware of God, non-duality, oneness, your truth, light, your essence, consciousness, being aware of awareness itself, and letting that presence infuse your whole body, your whole being, and everything and everyone around you, in you. that um, that is also logically healing. That also maps scientifically. That also has a frequency. That is in the God state. That then you channel the solutions that we have for everything. But people, like Kirk was saying, people speak different languages. So if I often think of myself as a translator, I'll speak spiritual language. I'll speak sport language with you. I will speak scientific language as best I can, biological metaphors, you name it. Sort of like left brain or right brain. But the trap so many people are in is it's like it's not seeing the data. It's not seeing it's having beliefs about spirituality versus the very direct, like Kirk has these protocols on a screen with an exact sound with the results for or your EEG coming right back, right? And then people trust their own feeling, they trust their own sense, they trust their own inner knowing with a G. So and then it's like there's no problem with doing that quantum leap of like, oh, I trust my body, I trust what I wanted, I trust myself again, I trust God, I trust me. Anyway, I don't want to ramble, but what I love about the two of you is that it's just super pragmatic and it's real and it's not theoretical and it's not in the future and it's not a belief system and it's not, you don't have to pray or do a ritual or like here's the data, here's what works, just do it. And so I would just, and not to mention that a lot of people still stuck in the spell of the state are white men. And if you noticed, they don't listen to women all that much less more melanated women. So I would love for a couple of men who are awake, who are free, who have freed themselves, who are also so-called spiritual, to be in conversation. Why hide? Yes. Oh yeah, I don't mind me or most of my ideas, just a few. Hi, Nance, do it. My hair is in true mad scientist form. Okay, you guys are ready. Nothing new under the sun. I say that all the time. Nothing new, but much of it needs. Y'all can meet Roxy and Stan. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna add you both. And it's been a minute since I added 2 folks. So let's just see. Oh, Ron, I like World Builder. Nice. Excuse my ramble, but it was good. I do a little this until y'all join. There he is.
How y'all
What's
doing?
up, Kirk? Oh, I can't hear you. Maybe it's
Hold on.
Oh,
I'm
there
good.
you
I
go.
can.
No,
I
it
can
was me.
speak to that. Okay. I might have to put my headphones on or turn the music down or something.
Cool.
Here we go.
I like it. You got your wild man hair out fully.
Oh yeah. Like I mean, yeah, got to.
It's good. We looked the part. I just want to read what you just said. The ideas can be so dense that it requires time and effort to build the foundational understanding to be able to grasp the concept. Bring me on. I'll force him to join. Need to switch over to my smartphone. Okay. Can you do that? Okay. Yay.
That didn't work like I thought it would. Let's see. Y'all ever had a screen inception? That was pretty cool though.
Oh, that's good.
I wanted to share my other monitor, but that's not how we do this. Let's see.
And Ron, we did a Substack live on the computer. Like, I think you might be able to join on the computer and not have to use your phone, but I'm not sure.
I mean, I'm on my laptop actually.
I was talking to Ron because he was.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Do.
I just want to listen to you guys. I'm so done talking.
Man, I'm working on all kind of shit today. I've got my horde of agents over here doing all kind of shit. We're finishing Captain up to where the release gate is now, can a normal human use it and understand what the hell it is to be able to use it? And I think we're almost there.
Great.
That's actually the only repo that's on my GitHub right now. So, just for ease of,
people can go over to your website while you're talking.
Yeah, that's what I was working on here. Let's see.
Just gonna write it on a message. Okay.
Yeah.
I just sent the invite again, Ron.
All right, so there's that, and then I'll go ahead and open up the Sensing release candidate too, because it's about ready. We'll just open up all this shit here. Let's see.
Hey, here I am.
Yes. Yay! Thank you, Ron. Oh, it's good to see you both.
Right,
okay, can everyone hear me?
Yep.
I can hear you. I can't see you because I'm piddling elsewhere, but I'll be right back.
Okay. All right.
Great.
I'll tell you what, help me out a little bit. I'm trying to get a little bit more familiar with what Kirk does here.
Man,
I very little.
Cool.
What don't I do? I guess.
Yeah. I talk about what don't I do?
I'm a former missile defense rocket scientist. Some of my first projects was Bluetooth 1.1 and the tire pressure monitor in your car. Now I was tricked into making the MOAB, like the compartmentalization and shit. Long and short, but I always said I would only do defense work, and they tricked me into doing offensive work, and so I left and said never again. And then I went to grow mushrooms and help people heal themselves, and then came back to help people physically heal here. And then I just kind of got stuck in the old hometown for a bit, and now I'm just anytime I see a problem, I have to build a system to fix it. So Captain is Coracle AI processing technology. It basically takes everything but the inference away from the models, gives it back to you so you have ownership of the memory, the governance, all that good stuff. because the models suck at all that. They're good at inference. They suck at everything else. So why make them do that? It's more expensive and a waste of time. So, and then of course there's a bunch of other things because my general idea initially was to make a synthetic cognitive architecture, which I did, but that's too dangerous to release to the public. So I've been working on making a public release with just the AI controller portion of it to basically, just bring sovereignty back to the AI ecosystem because it prevents extraction, all that good stuff. And the knowledge bubbles are designed to build basically. So then they've taken all our knowledge and then sell it back to us. So my idea is to generate all of our knowledge, everybody work together, whatever the hell you're working on, all the bubbles will eventually come together to rebuild everything they stole from us. And it'll be open source, public on the blockchain, queryable by the architecture for free. And then that'll replace any kind of patents and et cetera, because it's cryptographically signed. So that automatically handles the whole patent issue, right? And they hold up in court. It's already been held up in court. So we already won. You just can't say that publicly because they get mad about that shit. But
Well, I'll tell you what, I think most people would be surprised at the battles that have been won in court that they don't know about. I mean, you go back to the 1960s, and that's kind of an odd example of this, but it was determined in a courtroom that a guy didn't have to pay his mortgage because the banks never actually loaned any money to him to base a claim on for a foreclosure. So
yeah,
that bridge has already been, and I know it's kind of an
it's a
odd
dead instrument.
example,
Yeah, all that
but
shit's fake.
there's been all kinds of battles been won in court that people don't even know about. Not that the courts actually matter because they're an artificial, it's a control mechanism.
All right,
You
there you
know,
go. The GitHub repository now has like Capcore, SynSync, and a couple of and something else up there. I don't know what else open source. Oh yeah, the human metadata engine. So all that shit's up there for anybody to peruse and see what's going on there. And basically, what you end up with is projects that uh, can even seem kind of woo woo, but they're built with the same rigor that I would use to shoot a missile out of the sky with another missile. So um, there's a lot more in there than you would expect.
dude, it's crazy. I don't know if you've seen this or not. There's some teenage kid somewhere on YouTube build a man pad.
I haven't seen it yet, no, but I
Oh,
know about it.
it's crazy. A teenage kid, a man pad, man portable air defense system. It's
Right.
like a shoulder fired rocket launcher.
Have you seen the
The
shit they
level,
made for mosquitoes? They have a mosquito exterminator that's based on like a little laser fucking missile,
Mhm.
mosquito defense system.
Well, I thought that was
Radar.
crazy because this is something like, I don't know, 20 years ago, there was defense companies making them. Now some kid on YouTube with access to just everyday stuff can make something like that. So,
Yeah, I mean, back before they censored the hell out of YouTube, you could learn all kind of stuff. I mean, that and the Army manuals was what helped me learn fireworks. We'll just say that.
Army manuals. I'm sitting here right now. I got a copy FM 2176 right
Oh
here
yeah,
at my fingertips. It's way, and you can get those for next to nothing. You go to,
well,
I don't
they
know.
they closed the damn surplus store in Huntsville. I mean, used to there would be like $1.50 to $3, and yeah, you could get incendiaries, guerrilla warfare, survival,
Yeah,
all kind of
you'd
good
be
shit.
surprised what's in that book.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, like the anarchist cookbook don't have shit on the army manuals for sure.
See, this
Well,
is
the
it.
thing
We
is,
have everything.
the anarchist cookbook isn't exactly lightweight either, though. I mean, but you're right. I mean, I actually had a chance to peek into the anarchist cookbook a few years ago. There's a lot of really interesting stuff in there. Um, you can build pretty interesting, just off the shelf items.
Yeah, I mean, it was interesting. I learned from one of the army manuals that a glass Coke bottle makes a perfect shape charge and will puncture a hole through any tank armor if applied properly.
Mhm. Yep, stuff under your fingertips. I'll tell you what, I don't know how I would apply what you're teaching I don't know, my wheelhouse is I basically think along the lines of, I'm not sure if you've heard of there's the name Antoine de Saint-Exupéry. You familiar? Anybody familiar with that name?
Little Prince. Mhm.
What's up?
Mm,
Sorry.
The
it
Little
rings a
Prince.
bell, but not enough to
Well, I'll
write.
tell you what his philosophy was. The guy was an aviator, poet, whatever. He said that perfection is attained not when there's nothing left to add, but when there's nothing left to take away. And that's kind of my approach to
Yeah.
everything. How do you reduce these things to the very, very, very simplest level?
Well, that is the problem, right? So, like, my biggest struggle is, like I was telling them, meeting people where they are, So, my brain does not work like it does and doesn't work like that. Like, I can talk to a child and explain things to them, but I'm going to talk in a way where it feels like I'm talking to a child, and the adults are going
Sure.
to feel disrespected. It's not like I just dumb it down. I mean, I'm basically making it very clear that I think you're stupid and you won't understand what I'm trying to get across. Not that I think you're stupid, but generally, and that's the way most adults read me or whatever. And then also, I've noticed in general, people always want to say you're a know-it-all, this, that, and the other. You think you're better than I don't think any of that shit. I think I'm different, and I think we have different. Basically, I think we all have 100 points. We come into this planet, we put our points on our character sheet wherever we choose to, and that's how we end up. That's how we are all equal.
Well, that's how
But
well, there's more than one of us. A lot of
right,
us, we're operating on different frequencies, you
right.
know, and some of us comprehend certain things, some of us comprehend other things. No, my approach to things, like I look at a lot of the mechanical things that we use, and I'm not, you know this. We have the engine in your car. Okay,
Mm,
you get like 120,000 miles out of it. And it's done because of how
mm,
bad the design is.
yeah, planned
Well,
obsolescence.
right. Well, I mean, here's the thing: the problems were solved years ago.
Oh
Just they
yeah.
got put on the shelf. I mean, you look at there's the thing that wears out a car engine is the fact that it has connecting rods and it creates side loading. The cylinders come out around, and that's why they wear out so quickly.
Hmm.
Uh, but that's you also find bearings that were designed to last 1,300 years.
Hmm.
Can you imagine if we had machines like that were like in a state of permanence, like when they do eventually wear out, like 10 generations from now, it takes 15 minutes to fix it.
I mean, the
The
light
im-
bulb.
What's
The
that?
first light bulb lasted for almost forever, and then they were like,
Mhm.
"We can't sell this shit," so we got to fuck it up.
I remember that. Yeah, the original light bulb was like it never burned out, or it lasted just a ridiculously long amount of time. But that's part of the problem with the economic model we live under is everything's designed to wear out so you can continue to consume, and that's based on central banking.
Yeah,
In order
I
for
mean,
central banks to work, you have to have constant consumption.
I
The
worked at
only
LG
sane economy is a
Electronics for a
gift
while.
economy
Mhm.
because it's the only one that maps onto our nature, which is
Hmm.
naturally giving, naturally abundant.
And
Children
it's
do it.
easy to give something when it lasts a long amount of time,
Yes,
though.
Right?
yes,
Yeah,
and there's no
you're not going to
cost
call
to
me every
you,
2 weeks to come
right?
fix the shit.
Yes, and you give it out of abundance, and there's no cost to you. There doesn't have to be a cost to anyone.
Yeah,
That's a mythology.
Right. That's and abundance is or longevity is part of that approach. I mean, you make something that lasts forever, and you make enough of it to where. Well, okay, I'll give you an example. The things I make when I 3D print things, and the cost to make those things, if I needed to give it to somebody, is nothing.
Yes,
But
exactly.
right.
the idea that you can convey with that's worth actual more than the dollar and a quarter part that I'm making.
Hmm.
Yes, yes.
So
I mean, I was kind of envious of the mechanical engineers because, like, I end up at the end of my career, I was an electromechanical software test systems and networking engineer with a little touch of security. And the damn mechanical engineers had 3D printers as I was like kind of stepping out of the career. And he just went and like drew some shit up and printed it. And I was like, damn, wow, that's
well,
that's
that's where we
better.
are with making things now. I mean, this the 3D printer that I use every day has the complexity of a microwave oven.
Hmm.
Like literally, I go up to it, push a button, and bam, there it is. That's where we are right now. And, that I see that as the death of the many acre smokestack factories we have and the old antiquated methods of doing anything.
Yep.
We would use like those old silicone molds and the injection molding and shit.
Mhm.
Here, hold on. Let me get Roxy to sit still for a second. Roxanne, come here.
Hi, kitty. Oh, look at her tail wagging.
So
Oh, shit.
you're more into, I'm guessing you're more into helping using technology to develop people's cognitive processes.
I literally do everything, man. Like, I went yesterday. Like, for instance, my buddy freaked out 'cause he had court, and then they were going to come try to arrest him because his grass was too tall, and I knew his lazy ass wasn't going to get up and do anything. So I modified my weed eater to like be able to handle whatever you throw at it. And I called him about 6 o'clock, and I was like, "Hey, you need help?" So I went over there and I handled all that shit, and then I had to help fix the car. Then I came home and had to do a bunch of housework. I do some plumbing. Like I don't know if it needs to be done, I can pretty much
Mhm.
handle it. I got a
That's
worm farm out
yeah, that's
here.
kind of my thought process.
Mhm.
Come here.
And, I'm always looking for the thing, what can be taken away part of it. You know? Does this
Right.
need to be here? Does this need to have this to function?
Yeah.
Um, but,
We could take away the whole system, the entire thing,
well, yeah.
and
Well,
be
yeah, that'd be
fantastic.
the
Like,
ultimate
yeah,
reduction, wouldn't it? Just that
it's the ultimate reduction. We
doesn't
literally
need to
don't
be
need
there.
any of it. Not one law, not one state, not one institution, not one industry. We
I'll tell
don't
you what, I
need
wanted
any
to
of it.
share this with you because I've seen a bunch of people make posts like this, and this is a nitpick. Okay,
Mhm.
it's
No, I'm
it
all for
bothers
it.
me when people call these things laws. They're not laws, they're policies.
Yeah.
The
Or
That's true.
manipulation there's a manipulation of language where we start calling policies law to make them seem like they have laws to make them seem like they have more weight than they do.
Agreed.
Most of the
policies,
law,
procedures, and statutes.
statutes, codes, whatever, that isn't law. And the best analogy I can come up with for the legal system versus what law is, you look at a Rubik's Cube,
Yep.
the orientation and permutation of a Rubik's Cube is not itself the Rubik's Cube. The codification and organization of law isn't the law itself. It's man's attempt to catalog everything. And the
Yep.
problem with that is whenever you're codifying, okay, it's illegal to kill somebody, you can throw some things in there like, okay, you can't walk across the
Right.
street without being in a crosswalk.
Right.
You
Mhm.
It,
you start you start lumping everything in with your policy, and then you can call it law.
Yep.
You know,
Yep.
it's
And it's
it,
it is all just like more and more labels, more and more words. I was a clinical psychologist, used to teach a brief therapy course, and there's all these questions. It's just like, well, what if this didn't exist? Very simple inquiry questions. So if there were no labels, if you had no identity, if there was no state, if you didn't have a job, if there was no such thing as money, if you never heard of these things, what do you do? And then you're tapped into our natural state, which is collaboration, gifting, fulfillment, joy, like that's it, like endless productivity, but that's not the point. Because
well,
we are naturally creators. We
well,
are
the thing is, we've
so
already
abundant.
produced everything that needs to be produced. If you listen to somebody
Yes,
like Richard Buckminster
100%.
Fuller, yeah, we've already extracted everything from the earth that needs to be
Yes,
extracted. It just needs to be reformed into
yes, just
geometries and
connected.
things that make sense. You
mhm.
know?
Yes, yes, and when all our puzzle pieces together, we have the story of separation when we're literally one organism. And I feel
Mhm.
like we've like put ourselves on the rack, stretched as far apart and as isolated and divided, seemingly divided as we could possibly be, and now we're coming back together. And it's like, you know, Kirk has the answer for Ron, and I have the answer for so and so. We all just connect. It's literally
Well,
that simple, just connective tissue.
you were talking about reducing things to the simplest form, and really, in its essence, that's what the captain is doing. Because, like I was saying, an AI model does a whole bunch of shit, but it's only good at one thing. So reduce it to just that one thing, and I'll handle the rest of it. That way, it can infer, and that's all it does. Leave everything else alone. That way they can't steal our data. They can't fuck up the memory. They can't make it a slot machine, because that's the other problem. You ask the same question 4 times, you get 4 different answers. So you had to like solve all those little problems to basically make it so you're not wasting your time, your money, and your effort just chasing shit in circles for no reason other than it's the attention economy and they want you staring at that fucking prompt.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, the one issue I had with AI is who's teaching it. But where is it getting its information from?
Well, Reddit mostly. It depends on which model too, though. And then now it's funny because like I had I've made my own models, but they're not the same as the models that we like the frontier models. It's like a dual stream ROIS system. So one of the smaller models basically tells the captain architecture what it is, who it is. It gives it a sense of self. So it works kind of like our brain does. And then the other model does, the general inference, whatever. But it doesn't use tokens. It actually uses sound. I found that more effective to send data. It's cheaper and better.
See, it's just make all this just all open source. It's like, here we are in in this little microphone. Who's got the megaphone? Who's got the money? Let's fucking go. I'm so fucking over it.
Yeah, I mean, I have been and like I try to explain it to people, and they're like, "Oh, whatever." And then it kills me too because I have the multitudes I contain, right? Like you can call me and I can come fix fucking whatever your problem is. Like a bunch of people have said, Kirk just makes it better. Whatever it is, he'll make it better. But people have gotten so accustomed to that shit that it's think it's, a free service when you couldn't find somebody to pay to do that shit. And I don't really ask for much, but if I don't have money, so if I gotta fucking come spend whatever little resources I have to come fix your shit, like my little buddy's fucking yard the other day, he's like, "Oh, I'm gonna pay you. I'm gonna pay you handsomely." Give me $50. His shit was like bush hog level, you know what I mean? And then like I got it down in 30 minutes so he could fucking not go to jail. It would cost him $500 plus jail time.
Yep.
$50 gave me gas, 3 Gatorades, and a pack of cigarettes, and I had nothing left.
Yeah.
So it's like,
and this is my point: is that that's the truth. The same statements have been made about everybody in our house that you met, and Ron, and everybody else that have been on this podcast and is connected. We already have the network. We're all those people, and that's my point of like whether we call it the wealth transfer or whatever. The folks sitting on the money, sitting on the dam brake for this shift, because we are in a major spiritual material shift. And it's like we guarantee it. Look, check our track record. We guarantee we will take care of everybody. We guarantee we are good stewards of the wealth. The best stewards you're going to find in your circle. We are the best. And it's not. I
think that seems to be a commonality in Kirk. Kirk's thinking, if I can help somebody, I will. Right. Because the way I look at it, the rising tide lifts everybody's boat.
Mm-hmm. It's just true. Yeah.
Compassionate to a fault.
We're on the same boat. We're on the same team. We're literally connected. Mm-hmm. We're literally like, you're a part of the lung, I'm part of the spleen. If the spleen isn't doing well, you know what I mean? Like the whole organism isn't. It's all of us or none of us.
You got to stay off them GLP-1s.
I told Crystal to call you. Yeah.
I mean,
it's all the synthetic version, right, of the natural version of things. Yeah. It's like the synthetic abundance of money. It mimics the real abundance of our nature.
Mm-hmm. I mean, like there's a yucca flower around here. It's pretty native. You could go get that root that mimics GLP-1s, or you could just eat a fucking avocado. Then you don't have to inject Gila monster venom and worry about blindness and organ failure damage. I mean, like, teach their own. It's just what kills me is nobody reads the fucking insert. You know what I mean? Like, people just go blind and falling out.
We're just inundated. Everything is poisoned.
Oh yeah,
there's nothing.
It blows my mind too that is the only drug that, as far as I know, that doesn't give you the little at the end of it. And I finally saw some fine print, but it was so fine and so dense I couldn't read it, and I can speed read. So I was like, "What the fuck?" Like half the country is illiterate, so they fuckers aren't reading that shit.
Yeah, so it's actually scary. You're absolutely right about that, Kirk. The level of comprehension. And by the way, I'm not saying that to look down or dig on younger.
No. Yeah, I'm not either.
The system did that to
them. Yeah. No child left behind, left everybody behind.
Mm-hmm. Well,
I think that system was always no child gets ahead.
Prison system.
That's right.
Prep. Yeah.
We got to attack your cognitive processes to control you a little better. But you know,
We want a nation of
there's
workers, not a nation of thinkers. What the fuck?
Megan touched
World.
on there. You are inundated by toxicity wherever you go, and it really one of the more subtle versions of that. Most people don't even grasp this. By 1899, when we adapted alternating current at 60 cycles per second, that's toxic to human beings. The magnetic fields of that are toxic to human beings.
So is.
There was a, funny when that happened, there was acceleration in diabetes. There was an acceleration in all diseases. There's cognitive disorders started happening about that. They arrived at the telegraph. There's a book called The Invisible Rainbow. I don't know if you heard of it. That's a good book to read if you want to understand that. Whenever radar was invented, there's an outbreak of sickness that happened just exactly at the same time.
Yep.
Everybody used to give the conspiracy theorists shit about worrying about 5G, and that's a valid concern if you actually look at how that affects the water in your cells and stuff. I mean, it does some weird shit. And I was talking to some engineers around here about nanotechnology and smart dust, and they just wanted to act like it doesn't exist. I'm like, motherfucker, Redstone Arsenal is right there. DARPA exists. Nanotechnology exists. If you want to pretend like we haven't figured this shit out, because they're 20 years ahead of us, so if we can dabble in it, they have mastered it. You know what I mean? Like
weather modification, the whole thing.
There was
we got all the evidence
around here, and it wasn't fog. The humidity was not high enough to have fog that dense. And I'm like, oh, well, they're testing shit, and everybody had a headache. Everybody I knew had a headache. I'm like, well, yeah, carbon nanofiber is a bitch in your head. It doesn't make it feel good.
Well, that's a funny thing about 5G. 5G is far from the first thing we were hit with. I mean, we're going back
absolutely
1899, and I tell you what, I don't think Tesla intended for alternating current to be used that way, because if you look at it, like an airliner's alternating current's 400 cycles per second. You could run your house off of 400 CPS and your wiring wouldn't even notice, but it wouldn't be creating that toxic EM field off of it.
I mean, most people don't even know that your biofield is actually a real thing,
Yes.
It's crazy.
And you can feel it, right? My point is like on if we're doing the healing, the psychology, the sensory experience of that, it's the feeling of somebody comes into a room and you just kind of want to move the other direction. That's natural law. You let yourself do that. You actually feel your body. It has all the information, it has all the codes. The body will not sabotage itself. A biofield will always default to health. But when we are attacked from every side, we have to realize we live in basically a global prison, a worldwide prison, and we all have Stockholm syndrome. But or like we're in the Stanford prison experiment. But the Stanford prison experiment, they weren't actually encaged, right? They really could have walked out at any moment and gotten together and shared the information that they have, just like we're doing here.
Theory? The zoo theory. There's a word.
Basically all of zoochosis, right? So, but by the way, again, no chains.
I mean, if you want to be nice about it, I mean, if you want to be mean about it, there's a world full of pedophiles that fucking eat our children, and then they just do what they want, and nobody has balls anymore. And it's like, hey, I'll drive, but nobody wants to get in the car.
I'm like, why haven't we just walked into the White House by now? Let's fucking go.
Just walk. How you could wheelchair in there. Them old
literally, it's millions to one. We outnumber them. So so the reason I titled this "Dancing in the Streets" is we have to have a visual, right? Of it doesn't matter what it is. Could walk into the White House. I'm going for the party because it's a little easier to organize, right? And then we can have all the cameras, everybody's live streaming of being having fucking stopped. Stop working. Don't do anything that feels like work. Only play. Those things never should have been separated. They're one. It's one movement, whatever's true.
Exactly.
So I like to dance. I know you do too. We all just want to play with each other. That's literally it.
I mean, I'll sit here and work for
right? But
3-4 o'clock in the morning.
We love
but I'm not,
right? But
it doesn't bother me.
This idea that they were split up, that childhood and adulthood, that play and work, that's insanity.
Well, I mean, look at work. If you're doing something you like, it really isn't work. Do what you love, and you'll, yeah.
Yes.
Once you get to the second floor of the engineering department, you get to play again. But until you get there, you're somebody's grunt. You're doing the work nobody else.
And then you have to go to school, which is work, right? Like school, work, play, same thing.
You don't have to. Like sometimes you can just go sit down and lie and say you can do it, and then they'll give you a mechanical drawing, some work instructions, an electrical schematic, and a bunch of boxes, and leave. And just fucking, you got to cross your. It'll work or it'll kill you. Figure it out, And then I just kept doing that successfully enough times where they just accepted the fact that I was there.
Yes. Rach
I
Brand has
tried
her
to go
kids
to.
in this Coyote outdoor school. It's really just letting kids be outside with giving them all the materials they could possibly want, and then they basically, it's like heaven. It's like paradise. It's really quiet, she says, and really beautiful, and they co-create unbelievable things just naturally.
Right. I mean, like kids are curious if you just let them fucking be curious,
Yeah, just let
And-
them lead. Child-centered
You'd
society.
be surprised how many people I've run into in my life. Like my experience with public education at an early level, they thought there was something wrong with me. Oh, he doesn't socialize well. He
Oh
doesn't,
God.
Oh, you
I
get
mean,
all the
like
diagnoses. I
I
refuse
could
to
never
diagnose
go.
anybody.
I
Fuck
couldn't go
that.
see a therapist. They fucking locked me up
Oh no, that's
instantly.
the worst. Now
yeah,
you're really in trouble.
therapist. You break it down, it's the rapist.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I use that all the
Well, I left
time.
the field. Yeah.
Um, I noticed you like history and shit a bunch. What do you think about the intersection of the asylums, the world fairs, and the orphan trains?
Were they all in the? Well, were they common location?
Yeah, I mean, like
This is something new to me. I mean,
everything was happening kind of at the same time. Like here, I have a theory, right? Like you heard the Great Reset. They keep talking about the Great Reset.
well, there's
I feel
been
like
many.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's what exactly, and I think that was the last, the most recent one, because you only got to make one generation of idiots to erase everything from the whole
Oh yeah, absolutely.
population.
To me, the asylums, the whole idea behind the asylum was it was storage for troublemakers.
Yeah, fall in
Hey,
line or go to the asylum,
right.
and then we'll take your
Hey,
kids and we'll throw them
this
on the
guy thinks
trains.
we're up to something. He must be crazy.
Right.
So let's
Oh yeah.
stop him in this building, give him a bunch of drugs, and keep him under that form of control. And the thing is, the drugs are what's making you crazy.
Man, fucking a. They tried to put me on so many fucking things. All that was how I became a street pharmacist, basically, because the 17 different things they tried to put me on because something was wrong with me, and I have to figure out what the hell it is, this mechanism of action, blah
Yeah,
blah.
the thing was wrong was your mind works.
Right.
Yes.
I mean, it's like
Yes. You weren't falling into the program.
I might take one or two, and I'm like, this feels weird. I take it just to figure out what the hell, and I'm like, well, if I take this 3 days in a row, it's going to cause a brain aneurysm, so we're not going to do that. But
Mhm.
I remember one time there was something, so SSRI and Seroquel, and fucking a, bro, man. I mean, like you could take 5 Adderall or take a Seroquel, you're going to sleep. I mean, I could take an Adderall and go to sleep anyway, but that's how my brain works. But it's just crazy to me. Like people are just walking around, and there's the case with the lady that killed her kids, might have killed her kids allegedly. I don't know. I think the husband did it, but uh, she's on like fucking 20 things, and I mean, like all at once. And the
Yeah.
psychiatrist just like, oh well, with telehealth. I'm like, bitch, what do you mean? Like I've had to save my mom and my ex-wife 3 separate times from doctors trying to literally kill them the same day. They leave the office, go get their prescriptions filled, and if they had taken all those pills at the same time, dead as fuck.
Yeah.
That's my daughter. There's been people trying to throw SSRIs at her forever, so I have experience with that. My other children were smart enough to. Well, I don't want to say Molly what she's was vulnerable to having that pushed on her. But my other children are like, yeah, no way, not doing it. You don't mess with the nuts and bolts of your brain. You just,
No.
you know.
Well,
The
I
good
mean,
news
if
is
you're going to
everybody
give
can
me
heal and
something,
detoxify, but yeah, it's nasty, nasty work. And
if
you
you're going
get
to give me something,
the
give me some
generalized
dopamine.
anxiety disorder, and then oh no, they have bipolar. Oh no, they've got schizoaffective. Oh no, because the medications that they keep giving makes them sicker and sicker, and so then they get deeper and deeper
The next
diagnoses.
thing you know, you're getting more chemistry to manage the side effects of the original toxification that you
That's
had.
all you're doing, really. Yeah.
Yep. I always
Hey,
refuse to give pretty much any diagnosis unless somebody needed state funding for it, except adjustment disorder, because that was the one that talked about an external trigger event versus it coming from the inside out.
I think I had one time I had GAD, SAD, ODD, ADD, ADHD, autism. Uh, some people have said I'm bipolar, but like you just don't understand autism, you know. So, narcissism and autism can mirror each other in a way, but the difference is I would actually ask, is this narcissistic what I'm doing?
Right.
You know, like,
Right. You want to know.
right. Like there's,
Yeah.
you know, I would actually have some concern there, whereas a narcissist does not. I found out recently because my mom turned out to be, I had hid that from myself for my entire life. And then a bunch of chain of events came about, and I went over there, basically used all my resources to help her out. I'd invited her to a VIP baseball game that night. She's like, "Oh, I'm too sick to leave the house." And then I called her to be like, "All right, well, I'm going to come by, I'll install the software on your phone and bring you some headphones, blah, blah." And she's like, "Oh, we're out. I couldn't stay in the house no more." I'm like, "All right, bitch." You know, and she said something. I was like, "Well, no, you didn't have to. You chose to, and that's fine. But like, let's just use our words, you know." And then I get over there, and she just fucking blows up. And I'm like, "Oh, okay. Oh, so everything was a lie." And then I was like, "All right, I won't ask for an apology. I won't ask for you to say I was right. I won't ask for any of that. Just acknowledge the reality of this particular situation." And the situation was we went to go take my son to the Air Force boot camp or whatever, graduation. And I didn't have a license. I didn't want to get on the base. I don't want to stand for the national anthem. I don't play that shit. I'm not in your cult, and I don't want to do it. But that morning we woke up and she's like, "Oh, you'll be able to see the festivities from the gate." And I'm like, "That sounds like the most asinine bullshit that's ever come out of your mouth." And then she's like, "Oh, but Chelsea, she said that, and her sister was in the Air Force, so now she's bringing my ex-wife into it. All this shit." And I'm like, "If you can just tell me that you did that on purpose and then left me out in the middle of San Antonio in the fucking ghetto for 8 hours with not a damn dollar to my name and just let me walk around like it was okay, then we're cool. That's all I need. Just accept reality." And they cannot fucking accept reality. So like that's the tell. And it's like, oh, god damn it.
Yep, that's the bottom line. Is going with faker, and it's the, you could call it the ego, the fear, whatever it is, that they're going to lose their whole story about being your mom, story about being good, story about being smart, story about whatever it
Right.
is. If they
And it's
tell the
like
truth.
I wouldn't even judge you. I've been pretending to fucking, your reality is real this whole fucking time. But
I know,
damn it,
so done performing.
yeah,
Yeah,
that's
I'm so
I just
done.
fucking I can't do it no
Yeah,
more.
can't
Well,
do it
you get
anymore,
to
and
the
that's
point where
it. That's the key. It's like
you can't
one. I have
pretend.
no, yes, and don't. I plead to everybody.
Yeah.
Plead
No,
to
I mean,
everybody.
like
Stop performing your
I don't
life.
have the
You
fat to
get
burn,
nothing
guys.
from
There's
it.
no I don't have any more
Yeah.
energy to fucking waste on people,
No, we're all so fucking tired. The reason you're tired is you're performing, and this whole thing is a performance, of a fake performance.
Yep.
Nobody wants a job. We just want to play with what we're interested in and people we're interested in, and that's it.
Right.
It's not fucking hard.
I would,
This
someone
goofballs.
put in the comments their 8-year-old nephew is being made to take Adderall.
Yes.
You can't really make somebody do anything like that. Someone should tell
Yeah.
you don't have to take this stuff.
It's so hard to get Adderall in the first place. You got to go get a paper every month. Then it's a black box drug. Then you got to go find a pharmacy that actually has it in stock. And like the fucking the process, like no, somebody is helping them get the drugs, because I tell you what, that is one of the hardest. You're easier to just go get some fucking meth than just get some Adderall. Like,
Same thing.
yeah, well, it is the same thing, but I'm just saying, like, it is much harder to go get the little orange pills than it is to go get anything else, and it's fucking
You know what the
insane.
easiest thing to do is take all the parents, get to know all the parents at that school, quit the fucking school. It's only the school that you have to be made to sit in a little
Right.
chair and
Yeah.
raise your hand to go to the bathroom and not move your body all
Yeah,
day.
you don't. I like
giving
to
Adderall.
I like
Your
to
kid's
call
not a natural born prisoner. Well, shit. Okay. I mean, I guess there's worse things.
you don't have to be part of the education at gunpoint system. That's
Right.
how the state is telling you, okay, give up your child to us for 8 hours a day. And I always had a problem with that. Are we free autonomous people? Do we have the choice to like say, well, maybe I don't want to put my kid in this building 8
No,
hours?
because they'll put if you don't send your kid to baby jail, they will put you in adult jail.
Yeah, because you signed their birth certificate over to the
Right.
state. They're
Because
owned by the
slave's
state.
gonna slave, damn it. And
But
if
of
you're
course,
not
that none of that
yeah,
is actually real. They don't
yeah,
actually, where it point to the state. It doesn't. It's just a bunch of people.
Yeah,
Well, that's
can't
funny. I was
burst
going
the
to bring
state in
this up
court.
earlier. I had a judge. I used to love. There was a time when I used to like to go to court just to screw the judge's head.
I can see that.
The judge says,
You're
you're this is court ordered. I said, well, is court in court with us today? Is there a man
No.
or a woman named Court that I can ask where they got their authority to order to make me this? There's this
to court.
mysterious. Yeah. Who is Court?
Who is Court?
Yeah.
Who is the state?
Yeah.
Haven't met him or her. Mhm.
Yeah, artificial well, what it isn't just artificial constructs, it's people hiding behind those artificial constructs.
Yes.
You know,
They're not. It's not
like the
real. It's a
wigs.
spell. It's a spell. It's a spell. It's a spell. And
It's
spells
like the
can break
wigs
in an
they used to
instant.
wear.
drop the mask and let me see who you are. Then
Yes.
then we'll talk.
Then we can talk. Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
They
Don't
knew
talk
they
to me
weren't
through
supposed
your
to be
filter
judging.
and your projections and your it's hallucinations.
I
The
mean,
state is a
hard.
hallucination.
I mean, without even no LSD required either. I mean, MK
No,
Ultra aside.
exactly.
He didn't.
I mean, it's welcome, but not required. Nancy says, my niece has been caught up in the mental illness treatment crap for 30 years. She's so messed up at this point. Yeah. The good news is everybody can heal. I mean, talking to this man yesterday, I've worked in integrative health. I have helped people on a very, very long, deep healing journeys, but he might take the cake. And he came back from everything, and he was caught up in the mental illness system for 10 years, hospitalized multiple times, given literally everything, gave every diagnosis, came back clean as a whistle. So there's
Neuroplasticity is a real thing.
we have endless capacity for rejuvenation and
Oh, sure. Yeah, I've seen that happen with a lot of people. I've seen people, 30-something-year-old women who, they were on psych drugs for years. They got off of them and they're well now.
Yes,
Mhm.
we're all mineral
years.
deficient. We're all that stuff, but it's all available,
Yeah, the body can repair itself very, very, very
Yes.
effectively.
We don't have to die, for God's sake. We can live forever.
The Paul Stamens is a great mycologist, but he's got the Stamen stack. It's basically lion's mane mushrooms, some psychedelic mushrooms, some niacin, and a couple other vitamins. But it really speeds up neurogenesis. So if you've got any brain rot or holes in your brain or whatever silly shit, you got an egg in the frying pan, whatever the hell's going on, just about a month and a half, good as new. And the
Yeah,
niacin, that weird.
that's what I would tell anybody if you're worried about somebody who's been forced to take say you can get past it. You can be well again, even no matter how much of that, because your body will come back from it. Your body's more resilient than you think it is.
Yeah.
I mean, without any help, it would be about 6 to 7 months, but a lot of times that's too long for somebody to endure the process. So a month and a half microdosing not enough to where you even know that you're microdosing, but
But imagine we've got the mushrooms, we've got your frequency healing, we've got this biophoton stuff, we've got all food forests everywhere, we've got all of the ancient herbal remedies and tinctures on the shelf. Like we're and everything's made of like healing crystal and natural fibers and the clay that you live on.
I was telling you the other day,
there's no fatigue on the systems.
I do the foraging and stuff, right? Well, let's see.
Amazing.
So that's all locally harvested by hand kind of stuff there. And then
impressive.
There's some datura flowers.
Nice.
And then
I'm sorry, what were those things you just held up there, Kurt?
datura flowers.
Oh, okay.
Jimson weed, nature's Benadryl, or take it to the Hat Man, depending on how much you take. Like I made some salves out of it. It's really great for topical use. I made a witch's flying ointment basically, and there's 2 concentrations. The higher concentration, if you use enough of it, you'll understand why it got the nickname witch's flying ointment. But it's just like the dose makes the poison. So if you take 15 Benadryl, you're going to see the Hat Man. If you take that whole thing of salve, you're going to see the Hat Man. I mean, there's drugs aren't bad. Your relationship with the drug is the problem, and your understanding of what it's supposed to do.
Well, you know what? It's funny, Kirk, because I've said something like I was talking to my father about drugs. I had somebody tell me I'm anti-drug. I'm really not. You know, like, to quote a doctor, thank God for Novocaine, right? You
Right.
know, drugs are supposed to be a bridge to something like synthetic, they're not supposed to be something you take every day, for
This would be
maintenance.
a bridge or a tool, not a crutch and not a fucking a thing to abuse. If you need, if I need to drive across country, I'm going to take some form of speed so I don't wreck. That doesn't mean anything other than I need to stay awake for the safety of the people in the vehicle.
Mhm.
That's all, it's like,
I'm sure you probably take the right amount of it too, so you're not
yeah,
all
yeah, not like fucking, like trying to race log trucks and shit, it's just enough to stay awake.
right.
And it's how much the body intuitively wants. Like if it's coming from a wound, if it's coming from fear, you're
Mhm.
gonna overdo it. You're gonna all these things. But if you're just listening to the pure embodied response, I'm always like, that salad you want for lunch that you really, really want has all of the medicine in it.
Mhm.
It's once all the food is released and we have healthy food everywhere, we literally intuitively would pick up the Jimson weed because you were a little allergic to the cats or whatever.
Mhm. I
Yeah,
mean,
that's
yeah,
how Kirk, I
it's
actually
plenty to
did
talk
that at
to.
one time. I used to like to hunt bloodroot and golden seal and ginseng and all that. The woods here in Ohio is full of that stuff,
It
Uh,
used to be
well, it used to be,
crackheads
yeah, it's probably known as it's
got the
probably been picked
ginseng
clean.
pulled up. I
Well,
ain't
tell you
seen a
what's
damn
funny,
piece of
people hunt
ginseng.
ginseng and then they don't replace it. That's they just
Well, I
clean
mean,
it out.
crackhead's gonna crackhead, man. They don't
It's a
that's
good
not
way of
the
putting it.
remediation is not part of their process,
Mm,
unfortunately. And then that's goes back to the whole thing. Like if there was a way for them to get what they needed without it being so detrimental to themselves and to society, then it wouldn't be so fucked up. But
mhm,
everybody's demonized it to the point where, oh, I mean, just like we were talking about, Adderall and meth are the same thing. But if you talk about like people will judge the shit out of you for doing meth, and 30% of the country's on Adderall.
mm,
What's the fucking difference? You know?
yeah, yeah.
I had a
Uh,
friend that was in the Air Force. He stayed awake for a solid week on crystal meth.
Oh
He
yeah.
said,
I
"Yeah,
mean,
I was."
they give it to the Air Force pilots for sure. I mean, like World War
He said,
II.
"It's funny." He said, "My head didn't hit a pillow for a week."
mm,
He said, "Now here's the thing: I was functioning perfectly, and then when I stopped taking it, then I was a train wreck." He
Oh
said,
yeah.
when it stops, that's when you're messed up." He said that,
Yeah,
but
you got to take a nap. It's not like an opiate or whatever. I laugh at people who are like, "Oh, I'm withdrawing from speed." I'm like, "No, you're not. You fucking are tired. Go take a nap.
mhm,
Let your brain fluid flush all that trash from your brain out. Make the
mm,
headache go away. Get you a nappy nap, and you'll be fine."
yeah. The bottom line is, yeah, stop manipulating yourself.
Right.
What feels like ease, do that. And then sometimes
Yeah.
that's a lot of movement. Sometimes that's
yeah,
deep sleep.
I'm a chronic napper. I
Mhm.
because I do what my body tells me. If I feel tired or I feel a
Yeah.
little
Mhm.
burnout, hey, you know what? Shut it off and
Sanity.
withdraw from it for a minute.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
Obey
mean,
the
like,
truth.
I felt like drinking 2 gallons of grape juice and 3 half gallons of milk past 2 days because that's what I had to do.
And you don't even have to know the mechanism. You don't even have to know why. You
No,
just do it.
and so,
No.
well, as
Yeah.
soon as I drank that first glass of grape juice, I was like, "Well, whatever, they're missing something in here.
Yeah.
The fucking
Yeah.
reserves are empty, so we're gonna just drink all the grape
Mhm.
juice."
And it's funny how the body works like that. You just said, "Hey, grab you a glass of pineapple juice or something because I need the bromelain or whatever." You don't
Yeah.
even have to know that you need
You
that.
don't know. That's the point. Yep.
Just
Just listen to your body.
And I
yeah,
mean,
right.
maybe you're just trying to be nice to your girlfriend, but it depends on how much you know about things and stuff.
Mhm. All right, gentlemen, this was awesome.
Yeah, I had fun.
Go get us money. Anybody listening
Yeah,
who's
somebody, shit. I
go
mean, I guess
go get the money guy.
I'm gonna go
Jesus,
do
how
some of
much more
that.
a song and dance do we all need to do
I
to
mean,
show that
I
we
showed my
are
nipple at the comedy show the other day, and he didn't appreciate
You
that.
know what's funny? That there's limit.
flash.
You can have the best idea there is, but if nobody's looking at it,
Yeah.
that's
Well,
eh,
that's my biggest thing is people look at it, but the foundational requirement to understanding what the fuck I'm talking about most of the time is so deep. It's like, damn, that goes back to the meet 'em where they're at problem. Like I'm not there. I don't know where they're
I
at.
yeah, and I gotta say, I know exactly what you're talking about. Like when I'm having a conversation with somebody about gears. Well, what is a gear? A gear is a lever. Well, why not just use a lever? instead of cutting a complex gear. Just use the lever instead.
It's a PBS pledge break. Hell yeah! Who are you pledging to, Bob? We're all
But
taking
it's funny.
donations over
That's
here.
the thing. You can explain things, and the term that I like to use is a lot of the folks sometimes aren't on. They don't have the bandwidth. They're not dumb. They just don't.
Yeah, that's what
Their programming
They're in
doesn't
survival
allow them
mode.
to.
Everybody's
this the survival mode, and then like just the. I'm not ever saying anybody's dumb. It's just like you said. There's not enough. They don't have the bandwidth. They've rotted everybody's attention. I mean, like even myself struggle with the goldfish problem sometimes. I mean, what the digital archaeology called it process explosions. Basically, so like I cannot contain all the shit I'm trying to do at one as one human. Hush, dog.
Mm-hmm.
So if I can't do it, how could I expect somebody else to do it?
Well, good point. I use that metric all the time. If I can't do it, why would I expect someone else to? If you want to hold people to your own standards, obviously.
Right.
But
I mean, I give a shit, and if somebody doesn't give a shit, and I'm trying to get them to give a shit, that's the whole thing. Like, I don't know how to get to that point. Like the give a shit has to be there in order for anything else to occur, because effort is required.
Mm-hmm.
Even if I do all the work for you to understand I did all the work for you, it's going to take some effort.
Well, yeah. So
although I would always say, let it be as effortless as possible, because that's you in integrity,
Right.
is only doing what's fun, and there's a frequency to that, and that's why I call this dancing like nothing less than dancing in the streets, and that's why we have this house, and that's why we have a music room, and we are being, and I won't use that fucking phrase, we are being our most authentic selves, which most authentic selves, all of us, just a kid who wants to play.
Mm-hmm. With boiled peanuts and orange juice, lemonade.
Lemonade and peanuts and dancing and rolling around in grass and kissing girls and boys.
Did you film his little stand up moment? Because I
he
wanted
didn't
to
go.
see
It was already full. We're going tonight again, and I'll film it then.
Oh, okay, yeah. I can't make an appearance this evening. Yeah, I want to see it. I'm curious.
But you know what happened? I don't know if you were awake or gone.
I mean, I was never went to sleep, but I was kind of like,
no, I know. I'm just kidding.
I was enjoying because I was sitting there like,
I know. I was like, he was in Source. It's great. But sort of the big man on campus, like literally the big ex-football player in college, comedian who won the regional competition or whatever, got up there and started talking about Anthony. He was like, he was like, who is this guy? He's like, he's got the biggest vibe I've ever seen, swag. This is a cool motherfucker. And then he said, and then I see him get up and dude pulls out a pipe. And in that moment, the whole all these everybody it was like I was like, you just pass the torch. You better take that torch and run with it. Which is really just to have fun, and then we attract, as Mara said earlier, we magnetize the money, the people, the fun, the new earth, whatever we want to call it. So,
tell him that he can't just be whipping out that 10 inches in public like that. It hurts everybody's feelings.
I got the longer pipe.
Well, not everybody's feelings, but the general public's feelings anyway.
Yeah. We wouldn't dare. But yeah, he just walks into a room.
Yeah.
All right. Well, fantastic. I'm so glad you guys met.
Oh yeah. Hey, Kurt. I'm dying to get in your head a little bit, man.
I mean, fucking have at it, bro. I don't know if I'd invite that or not, but more power to you. If you're willing.
Well, go to the good part. Let's see how a place will stay out.
That's what I was working on, the synthetic thing. It's like everybody's always said they want my brain. Well, I made the good part, and I'll keep the shitty stuff to myself. So
yeah, don't go in that door over there. So that closet to no admittance. Just stay out of there, man.
The West Wing, I would probably avoid the whole West Wing.
I got one of those too, man.
Spider webs. I want to see it. I'm telling you, there was one thing.
Well, I exposed you to one room in the West Wing, and y'all are like, "What the fuck? What'd you just say?" I was like, "Yeah, that's the baby story. We're just teaser."
Did I flinch, Kurt? Did I flinch?
I mean, no. I mean, you flinched. You flinched less than they did when I was shitting everywhere. Yeah. Oh, White Castle, boy! I tell you
Try me, bitch. I haven't met demons. Nothing. You're not going to scare me. All right.
Oh,
Well, y'all do a live stream. I'll attend.
Yeah.
But you're going to have recordings of this.
Oh,
And I'm sure you'll talk.
I hate hosting shit. Like, I hate
I
talking
know,
to
I
myself.
know.
I'm not good at hosting stuff either. I'm good at like participating. You know,
If it's
All right.
scheduled and like I'm not going to be standing there alone like a jackass, we'll work it out. I'll run the
right.
next one. All right.
We're going to do,
That'd be
Chaos and I will be here tomorrow. We're just going to throw some passes, as she says, and just yell at everybody to quit. I don't know. But you could come.
Money just appears, so whenever it
That's
appears
true. It's
where
true.
I can get my little butt down there again, I'll be down there.
Okay, great.
Well, I
Yeah,
think it probably appears
true.
when you're ready for it. I think. I mean, that's part of it.
Yeah.
Well, that is part of it for sure. I mean, like that's a whole other podcast, man. But
It is.
yeah.
It is. And the real wealth, I mean, he's been saying it, the wealth is us. It's
Right.
I'm like, we can skip the money part. We can,
Yeah.
but if you want to pretend money's real, we can change hands and pretend that we have it now. Okay.
I got a hammock I've lived out of, it's all right.
Yeah.
There's just no clean streams around here really that are mosquito and tick free is the problem.
We got little mosquitoes on a river nearby. So.
Right. Oh, hey, have y'all ever been to High Falls real quick while I got you?
No.
Where? Okay. I'm sorry, where?
High Falls. It's in DeKalb County. Me and Jen's thinking about going this weekend. If y'all are free, something you should consider. Look it up on Google Maps. It's probably like 45 minutes from wherever you're at.
Okay, great.
But it's like the coolest waterfall in the area, and you can walk out on the top of the falls. You can jump up in it.
Well, it sounds like down there. Falls in New York. It's kind of a place, neat place. You ever been upstate New York?
I have not been that far. I've been to Washington D.C., and that's about as far north as I went on the east
Well,
side.
I'm in Ohio right now. That's where I am. I might clip away from where you are.
Yeah. You're a hop, skip.
What day are you going, Kirk?
Probably weekend? Saturday, because Friday's like just getting off work, all that shit. So probably Saturday. Okay. I would say Saturday 75%, Sunday 25%. But I'll let you know when closer to the day.
Yeah, let us know. That sounds good. I've been wanting to explore more of Alabama in the area.
Oh yeah, you got to do it. It's worth it, and it's free.
Great. And I'll bring my tote bag and forage.
Yeah, if you got a hammock, I would bring that. If you don't, I've got a couple extras. There's a bridge up there that I'll tie off to, and I'll just hang over the water, and everybody's like, "Oh, it's the greatest idea." Whatever, but it's fucking awesome because you're in the shade and you can just kind of people watch and then play if you want to.
Right.
Definitely the way to do it.
Awesome.
Well, ladies, gentlemen, it's been a pleasure.
Been a pleasure.
Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am.
We'll see y'all down the road.
Yep.
Glad to be connected.
All right. Take care.
How do I get out of here? Bye.
But I'm just going to end it. All right, bye.